What's going on, YouTube family? So I am back with another video. So, in the sports world, there's all kinds of buzz about all kinds of different topics from, chemistry of players on the court, the things that, drives teams apart, all kinds of stuff. All different kinds of narratives have been created about different types of topics. We all know how that can end up being with how the Clippers ended up being. People, the media, everybody was just talking about how good the Clippers were and how they should win everything. That aside, it also comes down to how teams can have poor communication as well as everything else. But in this particular video, we are going to talk about Kyrie Irving and his comments that he recently made. So before we go any further, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and of course hit the post notification bell so as soon as I post content you get it. And don't forget to hit that like button. But we're gonna get right into it. So apparently Kevin Durant, KD, has a podcast. I had no other idea. I don't really follow KD like that. People, um, just like with how I was talking about with the Clippers, people overhype stuff. People talk way big about a certain person, especially, if they consider themselves a fan. Uh, Not saying that Kevin Durant isn't a great player. He's an insanely great player. He's good from no matter wherever he takes a shot, he can make it. He's just a really good shooter. He's a really good. Uh, he can take you to the hole, all that kind of stuff. So I agree with Kyrie Irving, which doesn't happen often because Kyrie Irving has been known to say some weird stuff. But I agree with him on that. KD is a very clutch person. He can make a shot when you need him to. Um, Although I don't agree with him leaving OKC to go to the Golden State Warriors, but again, that's another topic for another video. However, plus it's old news. But I think Kyrie, in hopes of giving his current new teammate that he's not even played with, by the way, not even played one single game with each other. But you know, I understand you trying to talk up your teammate, your friend, and all that kind of stuff. Let him know that you have a lot of confidence in his abilities, and that if you need somebody to help you make a basket to hopefully win a game or whatever, that's important. You're supposed to have that particular level of trust between two individuals that are on the same team and have the same goals. Obviously, I mean that just goes without saying. But at the same time, you have to be mindful of what you say and how you say it. I mean, that just goes without saying. Anyone and everyone who cares about how the world perceives them, or and especially needs to care about how the world perceives them, when you speak in public, you have to be mindful about what you say and how you say it. It's public speaking 101. When you are talking, address your audience and speak eloquently. Let them know what you really mean. Say what you really mean. And if there's any kind of question in your mind, make sure you take the moment to take a step back. Think about what you're wanting to say. Make sure that there's no way that anyone can, top your words and say, hey, you said something that didn't quite sound right, or whatever the case may be. But Kyrie, and I don't necessarily want to put too much of the information on there because I'm not. Uh, I don't know about how. I know that not monetization, but the yellow marks can be really strict. So I'm not gonna put up any specific. I'm not gonna put up any specific um, quotes or anything like that. But as you can see here, there are numerous outlets that are just picking up what he said and running with it. I'm not going to do that specifically. I'm not going to because there's so many different ways he could have. Um, again, I understand what he said and what he meant by it, but we're also talking about the same Joker who said that the Earth is flat with a straight face. So I I don't want to necessarily take what Kyrie said too seriously, especially since the fact that he's doing all this hype and talking about how um, he has a lot of trust in Kevin Durant, which he should. Again, teammates, same goal in mind. He should have he should have that level of confidence in him. I mean, that only makes sense that he does. But at the same oh shit, technical difficulties. But in the same um in the same breath, let's not forget about who helped you to make some of the accomplishments you have. Because you making the statements that you did and omitting LeBron James from that comment, or making him seem like you don't acknowledge his contribution to your career, one, could potentially make you look like a hater. Two, makes you look like you're salty or you're jealous of him. And but more importantly, I was actually gonna say three, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. But either way, the case may be, you made the very blanket statement that well, it was actually straight to the point, mind you, that you said you were always the best option on every team that you have felt like you were the best option on every team you've ever played for. That in that in itself, you pissing off so many people you played with before. That's unless you have the ability to say to actually prove that, that is a very brave comment to make. Real talk. That's an incredibly brave comment to make, and you should have never made that comment because you put way too much pressure on yourself. You made yourself a big ass target because we already know good and well you weren't the best. You weren't the best option on no team for anything really. Because when we look at the numbers, the only thing that people talked about you before you won any kind of championship, went to any finals or anything like that, started talking about the Earth is flat and going teaming up with Kevin Durant and with the Brooklyn Nets, is that you had some super sick handles. That was the only thing you were known for. So let's not get it twisted, my brother. You were nothing more than someone who's had some super insane handles. You were in the conversation with Chris Paul, Steph Curry. Um, I think Allen Iverson has even been thrown into the conversation. Of course, he had some sick handles. I think you've even been compared to him at one point. But let's not forget that before LeBron James played on your same team, you were nothing more than that dude that has insane handles. You played for an awful team, and I'm sorry, I don't really mean to discredit the other Cavs, but y'all never made it to the playoffs before LeBron came back. Y'all didn't make it to the playoffs, and once he left, that team stopped making the playoffs, which can be said about any other team that LeBron has been on. Before he was drafted, Cavs were awful. When he got drafted, Cavs started making the playoffs. He got he didn't feel like he got what he wanted, so he left and went to the Heat. Cavs went back to being awful. Now the Heat were alright before he got there because they had Dwayne Wade, but they weren't constantly getting to the finals. He takes the Heat to the finals. You know, they do their thing. They messed up in 2011. Another story, completely different story. However, when he went back to Cleveland, 2014, 2015 season, the Heat struggled. Didn't make the playoffs, I think, the first season, or maybe not even any of them until this season. Then he was back in Cleveland helping you out. You made it to the finals for the first time and only times with him there. Once you decided to leave because of whatever animosity or jealousy or whatever you had brewing in your mind about LeBron or whoever else, did you make it back to the finals? Did you? No. Um, so yeah, LeBron kept on going to the finals. When LeBron left, what happened to the Cavs? And where were you? You went to the Celtics. You caused drama there, messed up their flow. Oh, by the way, if we want to talk about the best option, what happened to the Celtics when you got there? They were a third round team. They were a third round team before you got there. You get there, when did they exit? I think they exited the first or second round with you on the team. So, who's the best option? And then let's see. Unfortunately, now you're hurt. You don't really get a chance to prove anything to anybody right now. So I'm not gonna hold that against you. But where's LeBron at? Where's LeBron right now? Oh yeah, where were the Celtics just now? Just recently, third round. So yeah, I'm not making this video to really try and bash you or anything, my brother. And I seriously doubt you'll ever see this video. It'll be dope if this video catches fire, goes viral and whatnot, and maybe you do end up seeing it. Who knows? Would you care? You probably won't. But for anybody out there who does end up watching this video, don't think that I'm saying this to try and bash him or anything like that. I'm not trying to be no hater. No, not at all. I'm just addressing the fact that this dude chose his words poorly. You can't do that. You should never do that. No matter if you are just a regular person, just having a regular conversation, or you're a public figure whose words are recorded and can be misconstrued. So whatever meaning you had behind what you were saying, you didn't do a good job of thinking about how you said it before you said it, brother, because now you have all kinds of media twisting up everything that you're going to say. But again, like I said, we're also talking about the same guy who said that the earth is flat with a straight face. Bro, you got to do better. You definitely got to do better, brother, because I mean, you got way too many eyes on you. You got way too many eyes on you to make stupid comments like this. But anyway, man, I'm not gonna harp on it any longer by the end of this video. But y'all make sure y'all hit me in the comment section below and tell me what y'all think because I'm just baffled. Because you know, like I said, this isn't just about LeBron. Even though the media is going to make it mostly about LeBron because LeBron is the best teammate he has ever had. He gave him more notoriety than just being that dude with the sick handles. But think about all the other teammates that you've had that you're insulting when you make comments like that. Again, I'm a huge LeBron fan, but this argument that I'm making isn't just about LeBron. You gotta think, dude. You gotta think about all the other teammates that you have had throughout your career. What are you, 10, 11 seasons into it? And you're making comments like that? Dude, you gotta be better than that. You gotta do better. But anyway, man, like I said, I'm gonna end this conversation. Y'all hit me down below. We'll continue the conversation in the comment section below. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Deuces.